And we get the blues rockin' groove rockin' rock horns up for the J Geils Band. Love stinks, yeah, yeah. For Miss Althea. Miss Althea came in, well, I'll tell you what happened. She came into the Gate Creeper. Now, J Geils bands that are seeing this is a Gate Creeper. What the hell is that? It's like a death metal band, Gate Creeper. They have a song called Flamethrower. Miss Althea got in there and she says, you know, J Geils Band have a song called Flamethrower. And then I looked up the thing and I said, oh hell, that's from Freeze Frame, the great 1981 record. What did the parents of Bert, the friend next door, let him listen to? Men at Work, J Geils Band, Journey, Asia, these things like this. Bert was with me when I said, you want to go across the street and talk to that Travis kid with fangs. And remember, I told you Travis had the Speak of the Devil record. He showed it to me and I said, that's a damn devil. I'm in. What is it? Let's listen to it. Well, when I was over at Bert's house, Bert Hernandez, when I was over at his house, and I apologize for this too, Bert, and I'm going to come out clean with it and say it right now. And he used to do it too. We used to pee in the drain downstairs. That's wrong, Bert, what we were doing. Because he'd say, you have a big old mug of Tang and play. He didn't have, what did you have? You had the Geico, the game machine. Coleco. He had Coleco. But he'd say, oh, just go whiz in the drain. That's wrong. Okay? But over by the washing machine, when you tell me over there by the burner stuff, that was wrong. But the other thing I do want to apologize to Bert about is that evening when your mom made us those great big sandwiches. And I was very young, and I had my socks on, and I was going down the stairs with that big old mug of Tang and the sandwich. And, well, I apologize for everything that happened on the way down those beautiful cream-colored stairs with that nasty orange Tang juice all over them. I'm sorry about that. And that was 40 years ago, but 45 years ago. You can always say sorry for things. It doesn't matter how long. It can be 1 minute or it can be 1,000,000 years, but you can always say sorry. The J Geils Band from Miss Althea, we're doing Flamethrower. We're learning about J Geils Band. You've heard the song Love Stinks. You've heard Freeze Frame. Well, that's what we're doing here. The J Geils Band, let's do it. The J Geils Band, 1.9 million monthly listeners on the Spotify account. Now, Flamethrower comes from this record right here, and Centerfold does too. My Angel in the Centerfold is the Centerfold. 403 million plays. 403,106,203 plays on the song Centerfold. And it's about him sitting in class. And he had the hots for some gal and he dreamed about her every single day. And then one day he walks into the grocery store and behind the counter he sees the angel from his high school class. And he says, you got to be kidding. She's the angel in my Centerfold. All of those dreams. In the second slot, Freeze Frame from that record right there. Love Stinks in the third slot with 23 million plays. Must Have Got Lost. I've never heard that. 21 million plays. And Whammer Jammer. 7.4 million plays. That's the top 5 for the J Geils Band. We look into albums. They probably, they were around, 1969, these guys. The self-titled J Geils Band, The Morning After, 1970. Full House. Oh, live. 1971, 1972, Ladies Invited, Bloodshot, Nightmares and Other Tales of the Vinyl Jungle. Hotline comes out in 1974. We haven't even made it into the 80s. Live, Blow Your Face Out, Monkey Island. You got Sanctuary, Love Stinks, 1979. And in 1980 comes Freeze Frame. 1981, Showtime, Monkey Island Remaster. House Party Live Remaster in Germany, 1979. And then their final thing here, Out on Main Street Live, New York City, 1971. I used to love that big guy with that big afro and the beard, and he'd play the saxophone. He was a horn man for him. And I loved it when I'd see him in the videos. Look into related artists. This will be a cavalcade of classic greats, right? Tommy Two-Tone, 867-5309, yeah? Bachman Turner Overdrive, who I hear at least once a week. Huey Lewis and the News. Steve Miller Band, whom I hear at least once a week. Cheap Trick. Rick Springfield. John Mellencamp. Sweet. All of them are here. Eddie Money. Take me home tonight. If you've never seen me sing Shaken by Eddie Money, you can watch that here on YouTube. I did it. Loverboy, The Knack, Asia. And we would listen to the song Heat of the Moment. I think I blew the speakers out in my mother's old-timey stereo, turning that up when it's wow, 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 bagger. That's when I started to really like that sound. I said, I like it when they get it crunchy sounded. Look into the bio ever so quickly, and then we'll get into it. And my heavens, you see them. They are out there on the New York City streets. It's a black and white photo, and they're saying, a doo-wop, a dooby-doo, shooby-dee-doo. Guys, let's go in and get the pimento loaf, and then we're going to go down by the tracks, by the 50-gallon drum that's down there with the wood in it and the little fire, and we'll wait until midnight, and then we'll go bee-bop-a-shooby-dooby-dooby-dee-boo. The J Geils Band is a legendary American rock group known for their high-energy performances, blues-infused sound, and a string of chart-topping hits that define the 1970s and the early 80s. Formed in 1967 in Worcester, Massachusetts. The band consisted of guitarist J Geils, lead vocalist Peter Wolf, harmonica player Magic Dick. That's him. That's a big guy. Say, why do they call you Magic Dick? You just wait until after the show and you'll find out. Magic Dick, keyboard Seth Justman. Isn't that a pretentious guy, though? If you're just like, hey, Jay Geils is kind of a poppin' name. So he's like, oh, yeah, you're J Geils? I'm Magic Dick. Magic Dick and Balls over here. How you doing? See, your name ain't so cool, because my name's cool, too. Magic Dick, see? Anyways, their early work was heavily influenced by rhythm and blues, delivering gritty, soulful tracks with electric energy. And I'd agree with all of that. We go to the Freeze Frame record and we find the song Flamethrower for Miss Althea, who didn't really put the request in. She just made mention of it, and I said, oh, that's a good reason to hear a song from J Geils. So we're going to do it right here now. This boom, boom. Here we go. Flamethrower. Is Magic Dick going to be tootling on a saxophone or something? I love it already. Bass is sitting right where I like it. Never heard this song. When you were a kid, you only listened to Freeze Frame and Centerfold. Rewound the tape. There he is. Peter Wolf's voice that I know and love. Interesting, the guitar player gets the name of the band, but hold your chick, Shane. Talking about a sexy lady on the dance floor. I'm going to learn that on the bass. This is just as fun as freeze frame. Flamethrower at night. Burn your britches, burn your buns. How do they do that? Hot potato. Is that Magic Dick on the... J Geils, we're always good with a change-up. Nice. Take them to magical places. They could play this in the yoga clubs back then. And 1, and 2, and 3. Come on, girls. And 5. A little bit of that blinded me with science flavor. Say that Thomas Dolby's getting good. He ain't gonna win. Beat perfectly in the pocket. J Geils. Flamethrower night. You could have come up with a better... Oh, got another minute. My silly little ass would have loved this as a kid. Why didn't I listen to Flamethrower? Oh, Magic, that's a harmonica. Magic Dick is so good on the harmonica, I thought it was a guitar. You got leg warmers on, you got that whole outfit on. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. You got that headband on, you know. Kinky type perm, you know, it's the 80s, man. It's like, you know, you heard of that thing, the perm? Yeah, I like mine real kinky. I like what do they call that? The gentleman's curl? I love it. River blindness. Why have I never heard the song Flamethrower? Bert had the album, but guys, I'm going to look really quick if you don't mind, since we're here. Okay, this explains everything. Is on the cassette there would have been about 5-6 tracks per side. So what has happened here is that Freeze Frame is the #1 track on the cassette tape. Rage in the Cage, for whatever reason, is the 2nd track. I'm sure we passed that one too. We fast forwarded. But Centerfold is the 2nd track. So you'd never have to take the cassette tape out of the machine and turn it, because this would have been way before Super Flip, where it just flips over manually in the machine. No, you would have had to get up and turn it. And so that's what's going on. I mean, by this time, when I'm getting into this, 8 tracks are still pretty happening. There's, you know, my mom has a stack of them. Anyways, what say you? Most important part of this is where you get down there and perhaps I have poked you, I have stroked you, I have toked you into a memory that you may have had about the J Geils Band, or something fun or fantastical that happened to you in your life that was connected to it. It's kind of me opening a door and saying, here's a song we'll listen to together, but if I'm going to be real honest with you, I want you to get down there in the comments and just start having a conversation with others and have a conversation with me about your memories. Ah, Shane, the first time I heard Centerfold, I was in class and there was that beautiful girl. You know. And you know, did you see her? I had a vice principal at a school that, spoiler alert, oh yeah, she was in Penthouse some years back. She didn't become the vice president no more. But that's what it's about, is you getting down there. That wonderful thing that I just shared with you, this whole video that I've shared with you, that's what it's about, is get down there and have the fun conversations about the music that we do here, okay? So get down there and tell me what you think about the J Geils Band. And the logo I used didn't have the. So is it the J Geils Band or is it J Geils Band? And I use that for a specific reason. Good, great, fantastic. Yes, Shane, I'm a huge fan of J Geils Band. I'll say it any old way that I want to say it, and I say it the right way like you like to say it. All-time favorite albums, all-time favorite songs. They've been around a very long time. How they doing is, how are they? Health-wise and things. How's old Magic Dick doing over there? Is he still blowing in a horn or something downtown? All-time favorite albums, all-time favorite songs. Have you ever seen J Geils Band live before your eyes? What was that like? And were you ever in a situation where you met J Geils Band or Peter Wolf? Magic Dick? And please tell me, I don't want any weirdness stories about Magic Dick. I just want, I saw him at the airport and he was tooting a harmonica and I walked over, got an autograph. Or you say, not good, not great. Shane, I was never into that radio rock then. I'm not into it now. Don't want to listen to it. I saw that it was J Geils. I saw that it was you. And I said, well, I have to watch the video and listen to the song. So this is the first J Geils song I've ever heard. And it'll be the last, unless you do them again on your channel. Don't want it, don't need it, never going to listen to it again. All of that can be put in the comments below, don't you know? Got a request? Links, comments, done. Miss Althea, I know you didn't specifically request it, but I had to do it. So there's some thumbs for you, and we're getting out. J Geils Band.